Hi, welcome back. I'm Naren, and in this video, we will check out the problem one of Google Kickstart Practice Session 3. Google had a practice session 3 between August 27th to 30th for Kickstart coding competition. This was for 4 days to try out 4 different problems. This is similar to regular rounds, whereas in the regular round you will have 3 hours to complete 4 problems. But in this practice session, you will get 4 days, so that there won't be any pressure on the timing to finish your problems. So this is similar to the round in terms of the problems and its complexity, and it's a good way to practice. And this also had one more extra sample problem which was part of the practice promo video. And in this video we will cover the problem 1 of the session 3 and try to solve it, and the rest of the problems will be covered in different videos. And why should we attempt this practice session? It gives you the coding practice like a regular round with deadline 4 days instead of 3 hours, and there won't be any tension of the leaderboard or sharing your scores, because whatever you submit and the scores you get, it will be private to you. So the problem 1 is a record breaker. So this is the description of the problem 1. So you will try to make notes from the problem so that it can be concise and we understand the problem clearly. So the problem talks about Isyana, and she has a local theme park, and there are some visitors on each day, and we are talking about n consecutive days. So while making the note, we can think that there is a local theme park and there are n consecutive days, and we have visitors on each day, and Vi indicates the number of visitors on ith day, and the next section of the problem describes what is known as the record breaking day. We know that on each day there will be some visitors Vi, and a day is called a record breaking day if it satisfies condition 1 and 2. And the condition 1 is either it should be a first day in these n consecutive days, or Vi should be greater than Vj for all j less than I. That means on this ith day, the number of visitors should be the maximum compared to all the days before ith day. So if it is a first day, or if this is the maximum number of visitors visited till date, then the condition 1 holds good. Whereas for the condition 2, either it should be a last day, or you should have less number of visitors on the next day. If you are talking about ith day, then I plus 1th day should have visitors less than ith day. So if it satisfies last day or Vi greater than V of I plus 1, then condition 2 holds good. And a day will be a record breaking day if condition 1 and condition 2 both are true. Next, what is the problem? What we need to find out? So we need to find out among these n consecutive days, we need to find the total number of record breaking days based on the definition given for the record breaking day. So let's look at the input for the problem. So first line will be the number of test cases, and then there will be n, which indicates number of consecutive days. Then we will have the sequence of the visitors on each day and separated by space. So like v1, v2, v3 till vn. And we can use a vector v of I, and if you consider 0th index as the first day, then we will have 0 to n minus 1 entries indicating v1 to vn. And what is the output? So we should display the number of record breaking days, case hash the test case number colon and then space and then record breaking days. And what are the limits? We have 20 seconds time limit, and apart from that we have vi value taking a max of 2 into 10 power 5. So this can be represented easily with int 32. So this is the note for the problem, based on which we can think about the algorithm and then coding. Let's look at the sample. So we have 4 different samples, and if you look at sample first, which is 12072020, here you can see that for 2 and 7 are the record breaking days. Simple reason is, if you look at the 2, which is the second one, 2 is maximum till that day, because previous day has only 1, and the third day is below 2. So hence 2 is the record breaking day. And then 7 is also the maximum number of visitors till that date, and also next 5th day 2 is less than 7. So we have only 2 record breaking days in sample case 1. And how can we think about an algorithm for this, even though it looks simpler? So here we need, when we think about an algorithm, we can think about the state of the problem. Like, what is the state that we need to maintain? Since for condition number 1, we need to know whether the number of visitors in the current day is the maximum among all the days till now. We should definitely have a state of maximum visitors per day seen so far. So we need to maintain that state. And also to find out whether the next day number of visitors is less than the current date, we should know the number of visitors of the next day. If we already have a vector storing all the information, we can easily get it. So first we can always start with the template, so that we can put the algorithm into the template and build it easily. First we can read the number of test cases, have a for loop for each test case, where we will read n for each test case, and then we can read the array v of I. We can do that with the loop and directly reading it to the vector v. And here we will just print the output as v of n minus 1, just to have this template built successfully. So now we will look at the code for the algorithm that we looked at. So we will start with the initial state code which we need to maintain while processing the vector for each day. And as you note that for defining the record breaking day we need these informations. So we can have an initial state with these variables indicating first day, last day, record breaking days which is the result, and max per day visitors that we need to maintain till now, and the condition 1 and condition 2. Note that at least the record breaking days and the max per day visitors should be outside the loop where we go through each day. And this is the code of the algorithm that we looked at. So we will go through the vector from left to right. So we will look at each day from 0 to n-1, 0 indicating the first day and n-1 indicating the nth day. And while going through this for loop, we will have condition 1 and condition 2 as defined in the algorithm, and we will check whether both of the condition is true to increase the record breaking days. And at the end we will reset the conditions since our condition variables are outside the loop. And also, since we need first day and last day for our conditions, we will set it if I equals 0, that is the first day, so that will be true, otherwise it is always false for other days. And last day is when I equals n-1 because we are having a vector from 0 to n. And on other days, last day is false. So that will be used in these conditions. And the other condition for the condition 1 is the today should be the maximum visitors day till now. So that means assuming max per day visitors has the maximum visitors till date, that is till I-1. So we will check whether V of I is more than max per day visitors. If it is, then the condition 1 will be true. For the condition 2, we should make sure that the current ith day number of visitors should be more than the I plus 1 day visitors. So we check here, even though we have I by I less than n-1 here, that is not necessary because last day will be true when I equals n-1, in which case this R portion should not be executed. So we can even skip. So, and after checking for condition 1 and condition 2, we should remember to reset max per day visitors. So always remember, when you think about a state that you want to maintain, you should also think about updating the state. So we should process that also, how when the state changes. Here max per day visitors can change, so we should check whether it should be reset. So this is about the code for our algorithm. But if you try to use this code, it will give an error. Can you pause and think why there is an issue with this code? It is a very simple mistake. We have used array vector A instead of vector B. Even though there is nothing like vector A, you can find this error as part of the build, but this is just an example to be more focused while doing your coding. So this code should work because we have used vector B here. So let's try to build this code now. So build is successful. And this is the sample input that we can try to run locally. We will copy the code and We will run the sample test first. We have 28 hours more to submit when we tried this. So we have 4 test cases as part of the sample tests. So test is running for the sample tests. It completed and the answer is 2130 for 4 test cases, which is correct. Now we can submit the attempt for running the test set 1 and 2. So attempt 1 is running and test set 1 and 2 both are passed. We check the score. The record breaker has 5 and 7 for test set 1 and 2, and you can see that both are passed and we have got 12 score, which is 5 plus 7. And this concludes solving problem 1. Let's look at the 2022 round E stats. There were approximately 10,350 participants during round E of the Kickstart, and we tried to solve problem 1 and submitted it after 2 hours 11 minutes since the start of the round E, and we got 17 points with a rank of 6709 among 10,000 plus participants. Note that around 195 participants scored 100 points. You can ignore them. And also 3293 participants scored less than 17 points. You can ignore them as well. Try to focus on yourself. For the next round, you should always aim to increase your previous score or maintain the same that you have scored previously, or at least attempt in the next round. The goal is progress and not perfection. And I will post separate videos for other problems. If you find this useful, please like, subscribe and share. And thank you for